Welcome to Savvy Car Talk. This is where luxury cars, performance machines, and real automotive conversations live. Let's get into it.
When we usually pull up research on car modification, it's a bit of a mess.
Right. It's usually just someone in a shed with a laptop and a massive turbo.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Bolting
yeah.
it onto a Honda and just, hoping for the best.
There's a lot of hope involved.
But today is completely different. We are looking at the absolute stratosphere of the aftermarket world. We've got build sheets, press releases, all focused on two heavyweights, Brabus and Mansory.
And at a glance, you'd think they're doing the same thing. They take these incredibly expensive cars.
Six-figure cars, yeah. G-Wagons, Rolls-Royces.
And they just make them louder, faster, and way more expensive.
But the deeper we dug, the more it became just so obvious. These two companies, they aren't just rivals.
Oh, no. They are on completely different planets. It's a philosophical divide, really.
That's it, exactly. So the mission for this deep dive is to figure out what that difference really is. Because this is like a battle between perfection and, attention.
That is the perfect way to frame it. And I think to get it, we have to start with Brabus, their whole history, their location in Germany. It feels important.
It's very German, isn't it?
It is. If you had to sum up the Brabus philosophy from all this material, it's engineering first.
Right. They're not trying to change the car's soul. They're trying to perfect it.
Maximize its potential.
And it is so much more than just a simple tune. I was reading the specs on their rocket cars.
Yeah.
What they do to the engines. They don't just, remap the software.
No, it's physical.
They are physically boring out the engine block. They're taking a 4.0-liter Mercedes engine and making it a 4.5-liter.
And that's the key takeaway right there. That single detail, increasing the displacement, is why Brabus is really a manufacturer and not just a tuner.
They're legally registered as one in Germany, right?
Yeah, they get their own VIN numbers. It's a whole different level.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
And they run their cars in wind tunnels to make sure the body kits actually, create real downforce.
And then there's the warranty.
Oh, the warranty. It matches the factory one.
Which is insane for a modified car. Normally you touch the engine, that's it. Warranty gone.
You're on your own. But Brabus takes on that liability. It's what they call OEM plus.
Right. Like it came from the Mercedes factory, but the engineers were given an unlimited budget and told to go wild.
It creates that sleeper vibe the articles all mentioned. You could pull up next to a Brabus, and unless you see that little B logo,
You'd have no idea it has 900 horsepower.
not until the light turns green and it just vanishes.
Yeah.
So their core question is always, how can we perfect this machine? It's what you'd call precision luxury.
Exactly. It's introverted. You feel the engineering, even if no one else sees it. Which brings us to the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Okay, so we have to talk about Mansory,
The rock star.
or the villain, depending on which forum you're reading.
Mansory has a totally different energy. Based on their catalog, they are not asking, how do we make this drive better?
No, they're asking, how do we make this car impossible to ignore?
100%.
The word unapologetic came up in the notes, and that feels like an understatement. I mean, you look at photos of the Venadas, their version of the Lamborghini Urus.
It's visual overload.
It is.
While Brabus uses carbon fiber for, say, aerodynamics or weight, Mansory uses it as a canvas. They pioneered that whole forged carbon look.
The marbled stuff, yeah. It looks like granite.
And they put it everywhere. Hoods, spoilers, mirrors.
And the interiors. I saw one in the file that was just completely turquoise.
Oh, I think I know the one.
Every single surface. The leather, the dashboard, even the floor mats that look like a Tiffany's box exploded inside a Rolls-Royce.
And that is what you'd call expressive luxury. Mansory is for the person who thinks a standard Ferrari is just too common.
A bit too quiet for them.
Yeah, too subtle. They want 24-inch wheels and a body kit that makes the car 4 inches wider. It's about presence.
It's definitely controversial. A lot of purists say they just ruined the original car's lines.
And they might be right, but Mansory doesn't care about the purists. They care about the client who wants to dominate the valet stand in Monaco. When you arrive, the conversation stops. That's the goal.
So if Brabus is performance you feel, Mansory is performance you see.
That's a perfect summary. One is the mechanics, the other is the spectacle.
Which brings this all back to being a kind of personality test,
Right.
doesn't it? Because neither approach is really wrong.
No, not at all. They're just serving completely different desires. Buying a Brabus is almost a rational decision.
Right. You want the best engineering, the reliability.
Buying a Mansory is a purely emotional one. You want shock and awe.
It's a reflection of who you are. Do you want to be the one who knows you have the ultimate car, or the one everyone knows has the wildest car?
And at this price point, that choice says a lot about what you value, substance or style.
It really does.
Yeah.
So, for you listening, the next time you see a G-Wagon that looks a little different,
Yeah, take a closer look, check the badge.
is it refined and subtle? Or is it shouting at you with forged carbon?
It's the difference between valuing the unseen engineering and the visible spectacle. Both are valid.
But they tell very different stories.
About the person behind the wheel, for sure.
And that leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. In your own life, not just with cars, but how you present yourself to the world. Do you truly want the perfection that goes unnoticed, or the flawlessness that everyone stares at? Thanks for listening to this deep dive.